So I'm so happy to be here with all of you. My name is Jahnava, and I teach yoga. I am more specialized in healing, so looking into people's energy, chakras, and understanding the origin of the imbalance, which events of their life brought to that unbalance, to understand what is the obstacle within them, and how to undevelop that. So I'm working a lot with that to really look into the empowerment of the person, to find the potential that is inside us. And I believe in that so much that I really would like to bring this to people, to help them to find themselves, to find this empowerment and this connection with themselves. And a few years ago, probably I think it's almost 4 years ago, I came to doTERRA. I'm so glad that happened, because a new way, new intensity of research and transformation started happening in my life through the essential oils. And it has been so quick, and it has been so intense that it's amazing that all the people who got those incredible oils that we have, very often we don't know how to use them with the capacity that they have inside. And the funny thing is that we don't have this with other oils. So you can do these kind of things only and only with doTERRA oils. There is another type of oil company that are quite good, which is Young Living. But somebody gifted me about 15 oils of Young Living, and I tested them, and I was like impressed, because doTERRA are far more stronger and efficient, and also how they work on chakras is incredible. Like Young Living is really nice, and I tested like hundreds of oils, and they don't work on chakras. They have probably material, benefits, but they don't have that internal benefit to have a deeper transformation inside. So I have been really researching doTERRA on the energetic level, because I'm impressed. I'm really astonished by what these oils are capable of doing. And very often, our potential is being blocked by many reasons. And it can be blocked, first of all, by our past, by things that happened in our life that developed in such a way, and the way we reacted to that. What happened is that we were unable to allow the energy to flow, and it got stagnant. So by being stagnant, it started becoming toxic for our system, and the energy didn't work anymore properly. And that's how what happens is that our chakras go in unbalance. And not only that, unfortunately, we start getting also energetic holes inside each one of our energy. So there is a lot to understand about our system and why we are acting or reacting in a certain way. And our thinking patterns are also like what we are attracting in our life. If we look inside ourselves and we look into our body and we look into the structure of the cells, we can really see that in each one of our cells, it's recorded the message of why certain things are in a certain way. All the cells have the memory. And the very interesting thing is that these cells are connected to the soul, which is, the living force that gives the life to everything else. So the soul, because it transmigrates from one body to the other during all different lifetimes, what happens is that the memory of the soul is transmitted in the cells in each body that we take during our different reincarnations, whoever, believes in that. So if we go inside us and we look deep into us, we can find solutions. We can find answers. And that's the reason why meditation is so important. And imagine now, if you have a product like doTERRA, which has such a strong energy within each one of them, like each bottle has like an incredible strength, and they're very different. So like some oils can work on the 5th chakra, like for the communication, for understanding who we are and releasing the masks that we tend to have, fear of judgment. We can use that to heal that. But when we use another oil that still works on the throat chakra, so in what I listed before, we see that it works in a different way. It works in a different level. It focuses more on a certain aspect. And that's the reason why we need to have different oils that work on the same energetic pattern to find our potential, to find our strength. And it's incredible because I really tested them on me. I tested them on people for all, these 4 years in a very intensive way, with hundreds and hundreds of people with extraordinary results. So when I talk about this, I'm convinced 100%, because I really had the experience of all this, of taking out the potential that we have inside through the essential oils. So what happens is, first of all, I would like to first do some theory and then do a practice. So I hope you have the situation around you to be able to do a small meditation with me after. I hope you also have some essential oils with you so that we can use. So let's look into ourselves and see, what is this myself? What is this self that I'm looking for? What is this empowerment that I'm looking for? And there are different layers. Sometimes we are in a very superficial level and our potential is that. But when we go deeper, the potential starts changing, and then we go deeper. And every time we go deeper, the potential becomes more strong, more wide, and intense. And also, more we go inside in all the different layers of our being, and we come into contact with our real identity. And first of all, our real identity is, we have to come to a state of balance so that we can come to the state of understanding who we are actually. And that's where the whole incredible knowledge on the energetic system with chakras come in, because if you really understand what happens when a chakra is unbalanced per excess, per defect, when it's blocked, when it's balanced, when you understand how the energy moves, and sometimes it can move in the same opposite way at the same time, which makes a very interesting dynamic in the person, which is opposite. And that's why sometimes people think am I being a little bit crazy or weird? What is happening to me? Why do I act like that? Or people also, they tend to not understand us, or we don't understand someone else, because there is this energy that is flowing, and it's flowing in a strange way. Maybe because something happened in the past or the present, and we didn't deal with that in the proper way. So the energy that is coming from outside is interacting with the movement of our cells, that the cells have this atoms which have the nucleus, the protons, the neutrons, and around the nucleus there is these two that are running. They are like turning, and they're turning in a certain way. They can turn in one way or the other way, and they can turn with a certain speed. And now I know a little bit technical, but I hope I have a very simple language. So when they turn, when they are running around, they create an oscillation, a vibration. So we are made out of vibration. So when this vibration is like so quick, like imagine like someone is angry at us, no, they're screaming at us, and inside us it's like all shaking. So the energy is like turning, and the vibration is coming out in a very intense way. So when that happens in a repeated way and we keep that memory inside us, what happens is that it creates a structure. It creates a personality. And that's where comes in all the dynamics of our personality, of being insecure or having anxiety or feeling ungrounded or feeling guilt or feeling so sensual that we betray our partners, or we are numb, we don't feel anything, or we feel this like anger, or we feel this low self-esteem, or we feel not responsible, or we are always late, or we feel so much the heart open that we are just able to give our whole life and sacrifice our whole life for someone else, losing our real self. Or the communication, or maybe the vision, like we lack clarity. We don't know who we are, what we are supposed to do. And we are, if we look at the future, it's all like, this smoggy and grayish, or we are attracting a lot of negativity. So what happens is that all these things are creating a vibration within us. So if we want to change something in our life, we need to go into the foundation. We need to go into what is really the essence of everything, and that's the vibration. So the vibration that is going either too fast or too slow is creating an unbalance in our system. And this unbalance is blocking our potential. So we want to release this potential. How do we do that? How do we release the potential? So we do that through vibration. Yeah, I think it's easy to understand that. Like vibration is not healthy. So we need healthy vibration to help the other vibration to recognize what is balance, and then we bring it back into balance. Yes? The interesting thing is that these oils have vibration, and they have such an amazing frequency. They're like incredible. And each one of us have a different frequency, and some of them are really, really, really strong. I don't know, like Siberian fir, if I pronounced it properly, or peppermint, or northern escape, or patchouli, geranium. Like all these have 10 out of 10 of like power. So these are like really, really incredible. Like with Young Living, I tested, and they are like around like 5, 6, 3, 4, so they're okay, they're good. But like when we have such an incredible product, like we are lucky. I really think like mercy has been pouring in our lives for getting doTERRA into our life. So by using these oils in a certain way, for instance, if we take a drop and we use it in the areas of these energies that we have, that are the essence of all these energy floating and vibration. So let's say that we have 7 or 8 main energy system within us that are like, the source from where everything is like emanating and creating a certain dynamic and personality. So if we go directly to that power point and we put 1 drop of the oil, we will see that the whole energy changes in few seconds. And then I say this and people are like, yeah, that's nice story, you know, I don't know if that's true. And then I'm so happy and I'm like, let me just show to you. I will demonstrate this to you that is like that. So I call someone that is new, that doesn't know me, that I don't know the person. And I do a kinesiology test. It's like a muscular test. And I test the energy muscles, like, you know, of the person. And then I ask, please put this hand over the energy that I know that is unbalanced. And then they put, and I test the energy, and the energy drops. So they completely lose their energy. It's incredible. And they're like shocked. I remember once I did this to soldier, you know, those guys who fight, yeah, and he was like a parachute jumper. So he was in my yoga teacher training course, and I call him. So I said, okay, let me do the test for you. So I do the thing, and I tried to put him down with the arm, but I couldn't like move him an inch. He was so strong. And then I was like, okay, now put your hand here and let me try. And when I did that with one hand, I just like dropped his hand, and he looked at me and he was so shocked. And then I said, now take a drop of, I don't remember which one I said, but some oils that work on the heart chakra are lavender, patchouli, ylang ylang, or also Terra Shield. Also, mostly the citrus ones, but not the lemon, like wild orange, bergamot, tangerine. They all work on the heart chakra. So I put one drop like this, you smell it, you inhale it, you bring it here, you say a few sentences that I say, like I call them codes, that work on the heart chakra, and you put it there, and like in a few seconds, and I test again, and the strength is like even stronger than before. And people just remain like completely mesmerized by this. They are like, oh my God, this is incredible. He was so excited actually that he started doing this with also all the other soldiers that he had. And it was incredible. Like everyone was like, I need those oils, like get me those oils, please. So this is like the power of the Terra. Like you can really, really experiment something incredible, which is energy. And the energy is the basis of our potential, of our discovery about like understanding who we are and what is happening and how to get back our life in our hands. Because sometimes we feel like the situation, the people, everything is like, you know, taking away everything we have. And suddenly we are like, where am I? Like, who am I? Like, what am I doing with my time? You know, these like hamsters that are running in the wheel. Sometimes we feel like that, just like running. Like, sorry, I cannot, I'm busy. I need to run. But where are you going? I don't know. I just need to run. And it's like that. We feel like our potential is not being used properly. So with these oils, I love them so much because they help us. They help us just by one drop a day, transforming our energy and bringing that incredible balance into our system. And also, I discovered an incredible way to reprogram our system through the limbic system, because fortunately we are connected with the olfactory system. And by doing that with a specific type of oils, what happens is that you can reprogram your body, your personality, your mindset. Imagine like, oh, I don't have value, you know, I'm a worthless person. And I have been repeating that over and over again. What happens to me then? It happens that I act in a certain way. I attract people in a certain way that shows me that I'm unworthy, and I attract situations. Everything that I attract is increasing my belief that I'm an unworthy person. So where is my potential in that? I'm repressing it, I'm suppressing it. I am slowly, like, in this illusion that I'm in, like I'm just forgetting myself. So with oils, like sometimes like we have to like, repeat sentences, but it takes like years and years and years of practice. But with oils, it takes few minutes. It's incredible. It's really incredible. I'm really, really, really glad to I even didn't want to become like a wellness advocate. I didn't have time for that. I have a work that I love. I'm passionate. I'm super busy with that. And, bringing oils into my life was the last thing that I wanted. But they are so amazing that I felt egoistic to not share them with people in such a way. Like I just felt like I can't not do this thing. So here I am trying to be a wellness advocate as well. And so now that I did like a really, really, really slight presentation on this, which I will actually be doing in a retreat in June. I think it's the 26th and 27th. 28, yes, after I tell you the right dates. But I'm doing a retreat on chakras where you will really, really learn to see these patterns that is an obstacle in your life, and to understand like what is that is blocking me from understanding who I am really, and to make my potential come out. What is that? In this retreat, you will clearly understand that. You will see the patterns, and you will be able to understand that. And not only that, but I really want to give you like solutions, like practical, efficient, and quick solutions to reprogram yourself and to get back into this strength and empowerment, and see your personality twist in few minutes. For instance, I have 2 children. And I have to say, doTERRA has been the best babysitter ever because whenever they start freaking out, and I'm like, okay, they are freaking out, their chakras are unbalanced. I'm like, okay, which chakras is unbalanced? And then I take the oil and I put it. And sometimes it's the crisis that they have is so big that I don't even have time to look into their chakras. I just take one oil that works on all 7 chakras and I put it in all the 7 energetic points. And after like a minute or 2, my children become angels. I thought the first time, yeah, the second time, the third time, the 10th time, the 15th time. And then I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is incredible. We can really control our emotions, our personality, and our life through these essential oils. So this is really, really incredible. So I will be teaching these things during the retreat, and I would love you to please come to this place. Not only for the retreat, but also the place is incredibly energetic and powerful and strong. I spent 3 years in that place years ago studying my university degree in theology. So it was really, really nice. So I'm so happy to go back to that place and do the retreat there. And I hope people also can come from you, that you can learn in the practical way how to use the essential oils. But now I would like you to try a meditation with me. So I hope you have the right situation to meditate. And I would like you to take an essential oil. So I will give you different options, and I hope you have one of them. So you can take either Siberian fire, or you can take cypress. You can take patchouli, or you can take ylang ylang. You can take geranium, or you can take frankincense. You can take juniper berry or helichrysum. You can take ravinsara. You can take tangerine. You can take cedarwood or rosemary, or Cyprus. I said serenity, you can take. Northern escape, air X, DDR prime. I think I said quite a few oils, and I hope you have at least one of those. Yes? And if you don't, just feel inside your intuition and just grab one oil. And I hope that it works on all 7 chakras. So let's try. So within all these ones that I said, you can grab one oil. And take a drop. Actually, I personally do it like this. So I put few drops actually. Yeah. Then with the finger, I go down the feet. Yes. One and the other. Then I put the drop in the lower abdomen below the belly button and in contact with the skin. If you have a sensitive skin, then please use a carrier oil. Then we will use it here on above the solar plexus. So this is the 3rd chakra. And then we will use it in the chest. So we massage the chest. And then we can put it on the throat, one side. I like to go also behind. And then we put it on the forehead. So please be careful. Don't go into the eyes. Onto the temples, yes. And the rest, you can put it up here. Yeah. And now we can friction the hands. Close the eyes. And breathe. And listen to the aroma entering inside. Imagine it enters with a message. It wants to bring a message to us. And we want to listen. We want to observe. And in this message, the oil, the essential oil that we chose, wants to help us to find our potential, to find our self. So now let's release the hands and listen to the breath entering inside. And when it comes inside, the breath is exploring our past, our present, and it's observing what has been stagnant, what has become toxic. And by exhaling, the breath is taking that negative, dark energy and it's bringing it outside the system. And now, let's bring our attention into the forehead. And from the forehead, let's bring that tension into the top of the head. And we see a beautiful garden. And in the center of this garden, there is a big tree with white leaves and white flowers. The flowers are big. There is so much light and intensity coming from the tree. And there is a wind blowing. And from the wind, the petals of the flowers start following the wind. And these petals are floating into our forehead. These white flowers are sacred flowers, capable of unreleasing our potential, to release our potential. As soon as this white energy touches our forehead starts blossoming with purple light. And we feel the strength of our mind, the control of our thoughts, the strong, profound intuition and capability to see beyond. And the petals, white petals, continue to flow with the wind. And they come into the throat. And as soon as this white color enters into the throat, a beautiful, brilliant, light blue color expands. And we feel the strength of our communication, spontaneous, natural, listening. And we can release finally the fear of judgment and the masks and be truthful to our real identity. And these white petals continue to flow and they go into the heart, allowing a green energy to express its power and strength. And we feel the rising of love, empathy, compassion, intense joy, clarity about our relationships, and that sensation of freedom from pain. A sense of community and family, of unity. Let's inhale, again the hands close to the nose, as if we want to bring more air so that these petals can continue to fly and flow. And now release the hands and feel the wind bringing the petals into the solar plexus, just above the belly button. And we can see the sun, a brilliant yellow sun glowing in our solar plexus, giving us that strong determination, self-esteem, willpower, capability to transform provoking and damaging situations in empowerment. And it gives us also relaxation. Let's feel it. It's us. We deserve it. And then the petals, white petals, continue to flow. And they go into the lower abdomen, just below the belly button. And there, an effulgent color of fire, orange, glowing orange. Feel this glowing orange. It gives us a feeling of satisfaction, a feeling that we are alive, that we can feel. We can understand our emotions, control them. They become a decoration in our life, not frustration. Let's feel the pleasure. Because when the self feels pleasure, everything becomes like a flowing river, natural, balanced, fun. And now the white petals continue to flow down into the lower coccyx and the perineum. And here we are awakening the sense of security, courage, balance, nourishment, health, abundance. We feel rooted. And when we have that strong foundation in our life, everything seems to be possible. We can construct a house where we feel safe to live in. And we can build that foundation within us and live in that loving house within ourselves. Our whole body can feel the aroma of those sacred flowers that helped us to notice our potential, to notice our strength and light. So let's feel it. Let's notice it. Let's become this. And let's take that commitment to use these essential oils to heal ourselves, to find our empowerment potential on daily basis. It's a commitment of love towards ourselves. Let's breathe deeply. Let's notice if there is still some dark energy inside, and in that case, let's release it with exhalation. And slowly, slowly, let's start to move the hands and the feet, the ankles, the wrists, and we can start massaging our hands, our chest, our belly, our legs, our feet, our forehead. Be still careful with the eyes, behind the neck. And now we can stretch ourselves, we can yawn. And now slowly we look downwards. Slowly, slowly start to open the eyes. Notice everything coming back, but the sensation is different. And slowly we can unite the hands in front of the chest and be grateful to one another for practicing together, sharing their energy with us. Let us also be grateful to all the teachers who have been guiding us in this path of transformation and realization. And also let's be grateful to ourselves for taking this time for this practice. Thank you. So thank you so much for doing this with me. And meditation with essential oils is so strong, so strong. I am proposing to my team also these transformational works with meditation and with essential oils. But the fun part of being together in reality is that we will be doing some meditation types that will use our body, we will use the different things we will see around, and it will be such an experiential experience. Like it will be really transformational. So thank you so much for coming, and I will stop the recording now in case someone wants to ask questions or anything, comments or something like that. Who has to go? I understand. Like I might be a little bit over time. In that case, whoever wants to go, thank you for being here. And for those who want to ask or to share, the experience, how it went. If you notice the difference while using the oil, you can also say which oil you used and how you felt. And also one very important thing is if you saw the colors. If you didn't see the colors, it's very possible that there is more work to do exactly in that specific area. So thank you so much. And I will stop the recording so that you can feel free to talk.